come and have a chat to talk to you. I haven't been here for, I don't know, probably a couple months now, and get a chance to share and see how everybody's doing. So I always like coming in when I'm in town and talk to you. Doing all the year ends, doing all the final numbers for the last year. We had a pretty good year, I'll be honest with you. And when I look around the room, I see most of you have been with us for a while now. So it's kind of nice when I see, people keep developing in the team, and salesmen become managers and go into finance, and they're continuing to grow and stuff like that. So that's part of success as a company that we like to see from the family, right? When I think about success, and you can see the sign in the back, there's lots of things there. But when I think of success, and I refer to guys that I know, or that people that are in sports, or the books I read, or whatever, when I think about success, usually it's about consistency. They have really consistent habits, and they're very good at executing, and so today I wanted to talk about referrals. When I looked at the numbers for the last December on how many referral checks we gave out, it was very low as a company. And we all know the process, but I think sometimes we get away from executing it at a super high level. And I want to talk to you guys about a refresher on that, and just get us back to the basics of how referrals should work. Because it is grindy, like Sam said. The traffic counts are down, so obviously when traffic counts are down, people are buying less cars. That means there will be less referrals. But some of you had 0 referrals for 2 months. Some of you had 0 referrals for 3 months. So there's something missing when you're in sales, and even the finance managers, no referrals. They're not manufacturing their own deals. So when I challenge managers, and Connor and Sam and Chad and Justin, if he was here, and the managers, like, that's where we got to be better at as leaders. Because you got to foster some of our own deals, some of our own people. There's 30 people in the room, and I guarantee you that there's a lot of referrals sitting that you guys know, or of your past customers, or your family members, or your friends, or your circle of influence, that you haven't even tapped into because you've gotten away from it. So I want to talk about that. I even have some money to make sure you guys stay awake. So can anyone walk me through the actual Cod Auto Group referral process for $20, like textbook, how it's supposed to be? Antonio, for $20, tell me word for word how it's supposed to work.
So first step, when you're doing the delivery,
Okay.
at least 3 cards with a customer name on it that you're doing delivery. While before you do the delivery video or after, so a lot of my business is based on repeat and referrals.
Yeah.
So ask them if they know anybody now. Most likely the answer will be no. But you have to then set it in the next, whether it be 2 days, 5 days. And then while doing the follow-up call, then you ask.
What do you say on the follow-up call?
On the follow-up call, so in the next 2-5 days, you ask them how the car been. When everything after that, you're going to say, I know we spoke on the day of delivery about any repeat referrals. Do you have anyone in mind that you have touched? I said no. I said okay, that's fine. I didn't expect that, but over the next week or 2 weeks, if you come in contact with you, I'll follow up in the next, whether it be 3 weeks or a month, and then keep it going.
How many referrals did you get last month?
I had 2.
2? How many did you get the month before?
1.
Okay, and are they from people you sold cars to?
Yes.
Okay, so you're executing. How do you feel? How many cars did you sell in the last 2 months?
The last 2 months, 40.
Okay, so out of 40 customers, you've gotten 2 referrals.
3. Yes.
3. So how do you rate that? Would you say that's great, or would you say that?
That's below.
Okay, all right. So he sold 40 cars, he only got 3 referrals. Okay? He's our top salesman in the company. How do you guys think he did on the process? Decent? Okay. Here's the difference. And Sam, can you write it down just real quickly? So this one will be your last deal. So here's the thing. The customer you just sold a car to is your best source for referrals. The person that you last financed is your best source to manufacture another deal. As soon as you start really, really getting that in your head, you start getting probably 30-40% of your customers to do referrals. And every one of you has what I call a queen bee customer, which is someone that will get you tons of referrals. But you have to tap into it. Those social media, those people that are real talkers, they're little busybodies, they're always busy, they're always doing something, they're always talking. Those ones will get you probably 2 or 3 themselves a month if you tap into them. Now the difference between Antonio, the way he did it, and the way I did it is, he didn't really plant the seed where the referral should come from. I didn't hear you say that. Did I miss it? Okay. Where is the customers that just sold a car to, how do they know what a referral is? How do they know who that is?
So whether it be friends or a circle of people.
Okay. Let's dummy it down. Corey, I know, thank you for your business, I know that you were going to influence a friend, family member, a coworker, or someone that you know to buy a car in the next 3 months. That's what I know statistically, that you were going to influence someone that is going to buy a car in the next 3 months. So what I'd like to do for my customers, and I have lots of customers on my payroll, Corey, I'd like you to help me because I need some help right now. As you can see, it's a little grindy in the wintertime. If you could help me, think of someone, not right now, because you just bought a car, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you could think of someone that you think, someone that might buy a car in the next 3 months, that's how I earn my living, that's how I can do it, I'd like to pay you, put you on the payroll, we're offering up to $300, and you know what, you don't have to do anything, you just have to maybe think that someone that you think might buy a car. And all you're going to do is introduce them to me, I'm going to reach out to them, and I'm going to ask them. Now, the difference between Antonio's and mine is I let them know who to think about. I planted the seed in their brain the day of the delivery, and then when I call them back, I'm going to say, hey, Corey, how's your car running? I'm not even going to talk about referrals. I'm going to say, how's your car running? How are you enjoying it? How's everything going? Is there anything I can do? Can I come by your house and redo all the technology stuff for you? And you have to be willing to do that. If you really want a referral, you have to go to the extra mile for your customers. They need to know you're their car guy. So when their navigation isn't working, you have to be able to drive to their house on the way home and fix it for them. Okay? I'm prepared to do that if someone's going to give me a referral. Maybe they're a queen bee. Maybe they're going to give me 10 referrals over the next year. You guys can visualize a queen bee, right? All the little bees, okay? There's lots of customers that are like that. I'm like that for my realtor. I think I've sold her 4 or 5 houses since I bought a house. She tells me I gave her the most referrals ever. 1 year I gave her 4 referrals. It's pretty good. How many customers are you guys really talking to that and really focusing on that can give you more than what you're doing? Even the managers that have been here for a lot of years. How many referrals are you actually getting? And the car film. How do you all have a personalized video of your repeat customer? Saying, hey, it's John Cott. I just wanted to reintroduce you to. I love selling you a car. And I hope you really enjoy that brand new Santa Fe. And if you ever need anything to do with this car, I want you to know you can call me. Here's my cell number. And like I said at delivery, a large percentage of my business made of repeats and referrals. I just want to remind you, if you know of anyone that might be looking for a car in the next 3 months, please think of me. And I'd love to reach out and give your circle of influence, your friend, family member, coworker, I'd love to give them the same experience I gave you. Now, that is being a little bit more direct, Antonio. I feel that my approach is going to get more than yours. Right? Because I'm asking for it a little bit better. Everyone says it's not. One of my mentors told me, they said, John, you don't have to always be the hardest working person. Sometimes you have to be the smartest working person. Sometimes you need to work smarter instead of harder. Right? And I always thought about that. Well, what can I do in my current position to work a little smarter? Well, this would be one of them. This would be, am I doing the referral process and executing it at the highest level possible in order to get more deals, manufacture more deals in finance, do all these things? And it's a big one. Because I think we should be getting at least 25 to 30 deals, Connor, at Kelowna Hyundai. This is our 12th year. Okay? So repeats are different, but the salesman, if they were doing it at a really high level, I think we'd be giving out more referrals, right? And I think there's a real opportunity for us to really be more consistent in the process, right? Because I don't think we're doing the second part, which is telling them where they should coming from, and that word track about, hey, in the next 3 months, we know that you're going to influence someone, right? So I think that's where we're missing it, Chad, right? We're trying to get a name off them the day that they're picking up their car. It ain't going to happen. They're more worried about how to work the stereos and the radios and stuff. So the day they pick up the car, it's a soft little approach. Hey, I'm going to be calling you back, going over the car with you. And meanwhile, if you know of anyone, perfect. But I think you got to talk to them about where that could come from. And the second thing I know is about referrals is generally when they're in a household, generally one person buys a car, the second person buys a car in a very short time. It's usually, it used to be like, oh, you know, family members would buy a car and then 2 years later they would buy the second person. Now usually when one person buys the car, their spouse buys the car within 6 months. That's today's market. So if you just sold a car today, your best lead is still that customer because they are either going to influence someone else or if they're married, they're probably going to buy a second car. And we're not even tapping into that. We don't even have that approach. We're worried about the 100% survey, I get it, but we're not even thinking about, hey, what are you thinking about getting a second car? Because now that you bought one off me, I can give you a little better deal on the next one too. Right? So really want to tap into that, right? So that was the big one on your last deal that you just sold is your best source for your customer. So who wants to go through the new word track with what I just said? Who wants to give it a try? Vincent?
I think Peter should try.
Peter?
Yeah.
All right, Peter, give it a try now using that word track.
So, just the entire process story again from...
Walk me through the process again, but the stuff that he left out.
Okay. So, at point of delivery, once you're delivering the car to the customer, make sure you have your 3 business cards
Yep.
lined up on the table with the
Yep.
customer's name on the back.
Yep.
Make sure you express them. Thank you so much for your business. As I mentioned, the majority of my business comes from repeat as well as referral customers.
Yep.
We know from statistics that in the next 3 months, you will influence somebody with your purchase decision, whether it be your neighbor, friends, families, colleagues. I would love to give them a similar experience that you received. If you can, please let them give me a name within 2 days. I'll be following up with you. If you end up just sending me a customer, I'd love to get you on your payroll. We can write you a check up to $300 just for giving me a name. I'll reach out your path. I don't expect you to find a name here right now, but I will give you a call in 2 days' time just to follow up on your purchase. Hopefully you'll have one for me then. After that, you will follow up in 2 days' time.
Yeah.
If they still don't have a name, you'll follow up again in about 5 days' time. If they still don't have a name, you'll follow up in a month's time, and then 3 months' time, and then a year.
Okay.
Okay.
And how's that process been working for you?
I don't have been following it as well as I should be.
Okay. How many referrals are you getting a month?
A month or so, I probably average 1 to 2 maybe.
Okay. How did he do? Okay. All right. There you go. Okay. I think everybody needs a refresher on this, guys. And like I said, success is about consistently executing things. You look at the best businessmen, you look at the best people in sports. You know, I was actually listening to a podcast last night, and Tom Brady was talking about the winning and how he winning, and obviously there's lots of talk with Bill Belichick right now because he's leaving and how that's going to happen, whatever. And a lot of people didn't realize that the coach would have these meetings with his players like we're doing right now. But Tom and the receivers would actually have their own little meeting, and they would go through, hey, look at this play. This is why it didn't work. This is what we got to do this week. So the players were actually having their own little meetings on how to be best, on how to be successful, how to execute. So the coaches can get up here and talk all they want, but really sometimes it has to come down to how the players want to execute and how they're actually looking at it and saying, am I executing at a really high level? Am I doing what I should? Because I know everybody wants more deals. I know the finance people want more turns. I know the sales people want more turns and want more appointments. Does anybody know here? Well, let's just ask. This one's for $10, okay? Carrie, you've been in the business longer than me probably. Hey, you old dog, you. Carrie, what do you think the closing ratio is on referrals, statistically? as per Transport Canada and all the people that track this stuff.
Referrals. Well, back in Edmonton, in the old days, I had to be yelled at by my managers to
Yeah.
go actually take a phone call or a text or
Yeah.
because my referrals is what I made my money on.
Yeah.
But, so 30%.
Yeah, it's actually way higher, guys. It's actually way higher. Have a guess?
70%.
Yeah. It's actually 78. It's actually almost 80%. If they're a referral to you from someone else that bought a car or a family member or a friend that you know, and you bring them in and you have an appointment with these people, statistically they're saying that you will sell that customer high 70%. So I want you to think about that. Look at all your appointments. Imagine if you could have a 78% closing ratio. So your 3 referrals, you probably were at 100. Where are you, Antonio? Right? Did you have 6 referrals that came in and you only closed 3 of them? Or did the 3 that came in actually buy? Okay. That's what I'm finding mostly with the referrals when we do it. I said, well, how many did you actually have come in out of the referrals? Well, 3. That's how many referral checks you gave out. Yeah. So you didn't have 6 and only 3 bought. You had 3 come in and you sold 3. So imagine if you had 7 or 8 come in. And that's where the numbers and the consistency and all the stats come into it. We're not doing the referrals at a high level. You know that you can close 70, 80, 78%. If the person is referred to you by someone else, a previous customer or a friends and family member that you know, and they come in to deal with you, they will buy a car 70, 80% of the time. Connor, how many? I usually give you my referrals now. Would that not be fair that 80% of them are buying?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I'm challenging everybody today. If they're a referral, you're going to close 80%. So what are we doing about the referral process? And how much time are we spending on that consistently every day? Wes, you've been here 3 years. You got a ton of customers, man.
About 18 months.
18 months.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Sorry.
we're-
Feels like 3 years.
Yeah, I did want to touch base on exactly what you just said. Strung, myself, Vince, and Malik sat around and did a little 4-way training session of
Yeah.
name something that you did wrong that you won't do again, and name something that you figured out that works.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're saying.
Yeah.
to Each other.
Okay, good. How are we doing on the referrals?
Terrible.
All right.
It's a weakness of mine, yes. This is-
Okay,
this is a
well,
good conversation for me.
You're leaving a lot of money on the table, everybody. You're leaving opportunities on the table. We got to start executing this. It just makes no sense if you're going to be a professional salesperson in the automotive industry that you can master a lot of things. Everyone thinks it's about closing deals. Master how to get good referrals, and you become the best closer in the business when you're at 78%. Subprime people here, it even goes higher when you get a referral. It's almost 100% in finance. If someone that had bad credit then buys again, and then they're referred to you by someone else with a similar credit situation. And subprime people are usually generally the most loyal. They repeat more often their trading cycles. But if we're not doing anything about that, guys, and we don't have a constant system and really statistically going after it and really doing it weekly and daily on, how many referral calls are we doing? Where's my customer? And on your Outlook, when you get to work, you have all these people that you sold a car to, whether it's the 30 days or the 5 days or the 20 days or the 3 months from now. And you actually have a system. Because if you're doing it on the seat of your pants, that's why you're going to continue to have 0, 1 referrals a month. And some of you went 3, 4 months and not 1, right? How many referrals have you got? Been with us, 6 months?
Yeah, roughly about 8, 9 months.
Yeah. How many referrals have you got? If I check the books.
I got 2 probably.
2 in 8 months? Not very good. Right? I knew the number. I just wanted to see if you knew it. Okay? Michael, how you doing with Genesis on referrals?
I'd say about 1 to 2 a month.
Okay, good. Okay, where else can we get referrals from? Let's go through it. So, who said the 70%? Was it you? Okay, there you go. 78, it's pretty close. Okay, so the second thing we talked about was the last deal. Second is repeat. Now the circle of influence. What is a circle of influence? Tell me, can someone spell it out for me. When I say, Claudia's circle of influence, tell me what I mean.
People that you know, immediate family, or even family, friends, coworkers,
Right,
and then possibly people that they can refer you to.
right.
That's correct.
So, a lot of people when they leave work just want to forget about work. I get it sometimes. But if you're out and about and you're purchasing things or you're in the market to do something, why not maximize it? And this is where a lot of people forget. Like, you're out for supper, why not give your card to the server? Why not introduce yourself and what you do? Do you know how many servers that I've sold a car to just by introducing myself and carding them? Right, with the Digitacard now. And that's just an example, where you get your gas, where you buy your smokes, where you do this, where you do that. I mean, it just, the circle of influence, if you start really thinking about it as opportunities, you can really max out a lot better. Some of us are just going through the day-to-day and we don't even, not half of our own circles don't even know what we do. They kind of know. They know we're a car salesman. They don't know where we work. They don't know, you know, that we can sell them used cars. Any make or model. They don't know that we have other brands. They don't know that we offer all kinds of different financing. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you're talking about circle of influence, have you really told your family members how it works? And that you might need their help in getting some referrals so that they tell their friends? Your mom is a great referral person. If you haven't made her a queen bee, you are missing the boat. I can tell you right now. Your mom is your biggest cheerleader. And if you haven't told her how it works, then shame on you. Because that's how it works. Start working your family members to help you guys get leads. Your friends, your cousins, everybody. Some of you haven't even told them how it works. Some of them told you that, hey, I need your help. I need you guys to, you know, if you know of anyone, this is how it works. And I think you need to. So, make an effort. Make an effort of telling them. And start asking for the business guys. We should be, every person in the room should be at least 3 referrals a month. I believe that strongly if you were executing, like when I said, hey, the guys that I know that are the most successful in any field, they execute their initiatives the highest. If we execute this initiative at the highest level, then every one of you should be getting at least 3 referrals. And that's a fact. If you're only getting 1 or 2, then you need to look at what you're doing. And how many of those are the circle of influence? Because repeats are given, okay? You sold a guy a car, he refers someone. But now think about the circle of influence. How many of your friends and family members, someone you've known for the last 8 to 10 years, Chad, how many of them have actually bought a car off you? That is the real, how am I executing? How am I executing? How's my profile picture on my social media? You know, am I using car film to the best of my ability? Have all my friends and family members got a quick video? Hey guys, I love you very much. I hope you guys know that. But I did have to give myself a little plug in what I do for a living, because I do need your help so that I can earn a living at a higher level. If any of you guys know anyone that's buying a car in the next 3 months, please think of me. It's your son, it's your dad, it's your mother, it's whoever. It's your cousin, it's your best friend, John, whoever it is. Just wanted to give you this quick video. I was thinking about you. Wanted to put you on my payroll. You got to think outside the box sometimes, guys. I don't think we're doing the referrals at a high enough level and thinking about how to, you know, our own circle of influence. Are they on our payroll? Have they given us any leads? If they haven't, then why not? You probably haven't done a really good job of presenting it to them and telling them how it works. Sam, you've been here a long time. I think Nadine would be probably your queen bee. I'd like to see more referrals from her.
I would agree.
Okay. Friends and family. I won't dwell on that a long time, but friends and family want to help you. I don't know any friends and family members that I have that I consider if I said, hey, I need your help with something. They'd be like, tell me when, tell me who, pick you up. You can pick me up later, right? My closest friends, I know I can ask them for anything. Family members, call them, text them, whatever, I can ask them for anything. So it's a softer sell with friends and family members, guys. But some of you haven't even told them what you do in your career and how it works. You can sell used cars. We have 800 used cars available. Sometimes they're at a coffee shop and someone's telling them that they're looking at a car somewhere else. And they don't even know to think of you because you haven't told them what you do and how it works. So that's why I'm challenging you on friends and family. I think there's an opportunity for you to get more out of them to help you be more successful. And I know they want to help you if they were actually explained on how it worked. Okay? I think that's good. I'm going to ask Connor and Chad to come up and kind of bring it home for the day and the month end. And that's all I have today, guys. All right? Thank you.